From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New York Giants. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards on the gain, a great start for this offense.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
There's Evans again, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First down. It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, 49ers.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Pass caught by Pearsall. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as the tackle is made right at the 25-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Purdy from the gun on third down. He's got his target. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. McCaffrey. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Again, McCaffrey. And this time he's into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners.
That time a 9-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. Leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Ole Miss.
And as we watch this young man play, let's never forget, he's a rookie quarterback. That means he's going to go through the inevitable growing pains. Like any quarterback, he's going to have to adjust to the speed of the game because things fly in the NFL. And every snap, absolutely invaluable for long-term development. Nothing like game reps in order to improve in this league.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. To throw, Dart. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Dart. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Now Dart. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here's Dart. That's complete to Mooney. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Well, they showed a 5-receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
Dart going to give to Scatterbo. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Dart. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. They'll try to throw for it with Dart. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
They'll go. Here's Dart. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Darnell Mooney from 3 yards out. And the Giants take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right? Because they thought they had a quarterback. They're thinking they have a quarterback. You do this, they believe they've got a quarterback. Look up, elbowing each other up in the stands. That's our guy.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
Roughing the kicker, defense.
And that flag accepted. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Oh, good move. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
A gain of 24 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First down, San Francisco.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Purdy. Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Throwing here, Purdy. He finds his target. It's Evans. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Seven, our score after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Purdy looking to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Mike Evans from 4 yards out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get low to those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run from the gun with Scalaboo. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To throw is Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Giants first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. First down, here's Scalaboo. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Throwing his dart. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Cam Scatterboo, 35 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Sanders on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Second down at the 24-yard line.
Purdy now to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
14 yards.
First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
A gain of 14. First down, 49ers.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
3rd and 12. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. Now motion left with Mooney. Play action now. Dart. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now a 2nd and 10. Get this up to the 30-yard line. 13 yards, good for a giant first down. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player. One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Looking to throw, Dart. Able to locate his man Slayton on an out route. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Giants first down. 1st and 10.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here's a 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw now, Dart. That is caught. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Dart. They'll set up the screen to Scatterwood. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
They'll start on the ground with Scatterboo. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Dart going to look to throw here. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
2nd and goal at the 49ers 5-yard line.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Throwing, Dart. He'll try and do this himself, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Jackson Dart taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Giants.
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. Back to throw, Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Here's Purdy. There's a short one caught by Tonjes. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Oh, no, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shotgun now with Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Second and 10. Purdy off the play fake. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They declined it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. They'll throw now on the final play. To the right side and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the 2nd half brings here. These 2 defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case, not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And he'll be taken down after big yardage. But, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Throwing from the gun here, Dart. His throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Purdy. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Pass knocked away by Javon Holland.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Olszewski now to return. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. To throw, Dart. That's caught. It's Austin left side. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch made by Slayton. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the Giants send out their punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incomplete.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Now Dart. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So here's a 3rd and 14. In motion right is Austin. Here's Dart. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 33. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Giants offense and their running back getting set to go once more. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He'll try to pick it up himself, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's Dart. On target to his man, Likely. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it's second down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Looking to throw, Dart. Now this will be caught by Mooney. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 1. Zone read here. It's Scatterby with it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And once again, it's Scatterby. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Scatterby going to run it out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
To throw now, Dart. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on third down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Sanders is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Niners set to take over on offense. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick
soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's complete to Pearsall. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Purdy. That's going to be caught by Kirk. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
This is McCaffrey on the give. Shifts by him. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
And now a jet sweep. This is Evans with it. Oh, this one, they may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Oh, no, he lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And he's going to go down again. Abdul Carter drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
Now, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing, dart. That one taken in by Neighbors. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his dart. He'll let it fly for Austin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 44 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Tracy going to get it on 1st down. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Dart. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
A 34-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So Purdy and the Niners down by 10. 2:13 remaining. They have all 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Purdy off the play fake. Connects with Kittle underneath.
Purdy's pass complete to number 85, George Kittle.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Purdy now to throw. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Purdy to throw. Over the middle to Evans. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Well, the crowd here at MetLife Stadium in full roar. 3rd down. Throwing, Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here comes 2nd down. To throw is Purdy. And that will get it right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
From the 17, they work on 2nd and 10. Here's Purdy to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Oh, the snap, a poor one, and this is blocked. Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They'll look to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
38-yard line.
Now second down and a few inches. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
10-yard loss on the play.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
Third and less than a yard.
Well, it came down to the final play in such a close ballgame. What a game it was, but they can't get that last throw off. Good job by that defense to get in there for the sack to seal it.
And for fans watching the game, a little bit anticlimactic, don't you think, partner? Not even able to get off one last throw to see how it would have turned out. Instead, pass rush got to him and ended it that way.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from East Rutherford.